Hi guys, 14th Prime here, back to another custom review. And today we look at the Transformers Legacy Evolution Shattered Glass Scraphook. So here he is in his truck mode, and of course we look at the figure. Let's take a quick look at the paints I used. So for starters, I did use some spray paint, so some light gray primer, and semi-gloss black. And of course the usual semi-gloss clear coat. Get these out of the way. And then for the hand paints, I used the hand paint semi-gloss black. It'll focus a little bit more, thank you. I used some sky gray, a lot of purple, a little bit of lemon yellow, some chrome silver, there we go, a little bit of metallic gray in like just one spot. And finally, I actually used a little bit of panel lighting paint for one area, which I'll get into in a moment. So here it is in his truck mode, and you know, it's kind of weird the fact that it's like I've probably done the first custom of this entire line. You know, let me just celebrate just a little bit. I think that's fun. I think it's neat. So this is my claim to fame here. But yeah, here he is. And of course this is, you know, it's based on the Shattered Glass Junkion colors, but applied to this body type since, you know, it is very different. And I thought that this would fit the Shattered Glass Junkion vibe a lot with the whole Mad Max theme. And I really hope that all of them will be as easy to paint as this one, so that I can do the others. Because like, I'd totally be down to have a little army of these guys. But yeah, here is the next evolution of Shattered Glass Junkions. And here he is in his truck mode, which a lot of the gray I did keep on the figure. See a little bit of the orange poking out from the chest. I should have painted the back of it. I just didn't. Okay, you can see things like this gray was the same. Got some silver going on for the spikes. A lot of this is the same, but I did paint these areas black. This is where I used the panel lining paint on, actually. These little lines in here, I want to make them stick out a bit more than the giant panels to look more like deep cuts. And what else is interesting is in painting this figure, I noticed these little things here. I didn't notice it before I started painting it, but he has like these little sculpted in bits where it's like tinier cuts with bolts on it. He has them there and there. Which, speaking of this is one of the bits that I spray painted. I spray painted just the front part here in the black just so it would be a bit cleaner. And then I dry brushed it. I dry brushed silver mainly on the black of the alt mode, just because I thought it would look neat. So like all this little bit, the black trim down under. I did some panel lining, did some dry brushing on with the chrome silver, and then same for the wheel wells, and then same for up here a little bit, but mainly the front here, like the spikes especially, just because they spikes. He's probably stabbed someone, you know. But yeah, it still has total functionality. You can still rip the front of the truck off entirely. So that's always fun. Get that back on. And he still does have his accessories. He has the pipes, which I didn't paint. I didn't think they really needed it. I thought they were fine as is. But you can plug into many different spots on here. Like you can plug them in there and go here. You can even plug them into the wheels, because the wheels I think are neat because it's one of the things where it's just the tire itself that spins, not the rim. And both wheels are like this, so you can get a lot of. You can stick this up here if you really want to. I don't know why you'd want to. I don't know why you want to stick it on the wheel in general, strange Hasbro photographer who did that. But you can, sure. But yeah, you can plug them in there. I also have the hook here, which is another thing that I spray painted and then dry brushed with black. Which you can plug into the arms. Which, this is where I painted the gunmetal in, just because the black wouldn't have been as strong of a color. And I had to actually shave this down. I had to do a lot of shaving to the arms, which we'll get into in robot mode, but I had to like shave the holes down a bit so that it wouldn't chip the paint on the inside. So you can get it with the whole toe hitch too, and then the tire, the spiky tire, sprayed black with some dry brushing on it, which you can plug in. I don't know, here. You can't roll anymore. It's weird. It's like I really don't know where to ever put this. The best I can come up with is like, I guess sort of on the sides, but you gotta plug these in up here, and then you can like plug it in on the side. It's kind of the best I got. Yeah, you can do a lot with this, and I think that's fun. I really feel like these figures in general are just gonna be really, really fun. I'm so excited for them. Like there's a muscle car one happening. There's like a motorcycle one. I really hope we get like a wreck car in this style, because I don't really care for the SS86 one, because I'm not a big fan of the G1 design, but something like this is fun. Really excited for these. I can't wait for like a year from now and we have like 4 of these things. Or 3. I don't know how many we're getting. I hope it's a nice little squad though. But yeah. That's pretty much it for the vehicle mode, so let's go ahead and get him into his robots mode. And here in robot mode, I just think this looks really cool. I especially love how I did the head, so let me go ahead and get a bit close on that. Get the camera up just a wee bit more. But as you can see here, what I didn't like about the head initially is that it just didn't paint in any of that sweet detail it had. Like the face was gray, the helmet, I think the helmet was painted, but like it was just like the whole like the mustache, the goatee, the eye patch, none of that was painted. Why? Those are such nice details. When you paint them, look great. Whenever I get a regular Scraphook, whenever I get another Scraphook, I'm painting those bits on them just because it looks bad without it. But yeah, I love the purple like eye patch thing and the mohawk going on. That beating yellow eye, and then the yellow arms here. It looks great. Which if you saw the Facebook post I made for its initial reveal, that was this is one of the things I changed, where there's yellow on both arms now instead of purple on one of them. Because I initially had it to where it's like this one was purple because of like the yellow eye, purple arm, purple eye, yellow arm. I thought it'd be fun. But I was like, nah, the yellow just pops way more since he already has a bunch of purple on him as is. So little bits of yellow, like the little bit there in the chest, it just works way more. Like I like the look. So another change I did is I painted these little bits on the arms just to add even more detail. But yeah, a few points on painting this mold. If you want to paint this little inner bit, there's a tab back here that's actually a slot for, that you need to shave that down. Otherwise, it's just going to tab in there and mess up the paints. I had the same issue with the tabs on the legs here, which I had to like shave down. Then these were just really tight, so I shaved them down just a little bit so it's easier to pull the feet apart. The waist too is a bit tricky with transformation. Like you have to rotate it before you move this whole chunk up. Otherwise, it's going to scratch the paint right here. It kept on doing that for me, so I had to just remember to keep transforming it a certain way. And then, like I mentioned previously, the arms are, they chipped a lot. Like, I had to shave down the tabs on them. I had to shave down the slot in the tab here. I had to shave this whole thing down a lot so that it wouldn't chip. Because when I initially transformed it back, the arms were just destroyed. That's why I had to update it a bit before I could do the review, so the transformation and everything worked. I didn't even have them clear-coated when I did the initial reveal, so he had a little ways. Still has complete functionality. You can still rip off his arms, rip off his legs. He can just you can plug the arm in where the leg was. You know, you can. Here, let's make an abomination right quick. How about that? Just come on. There you go. There you go. You gonna stand? You gonna? There you go. Yeah, there we go. You can. I think this gimmick is really fun though. I'm really excited to see like more of them. It's just neat. I'm so glad that the weaponizer type gimmick isn't gone yet. I'm really happy that it's still around. So I was really worried that like after the War for Cybertron trilogy that would just be it. But nope, it's still here. Which like I mentioned before too, a lot of the painting this was pretty easy. Like I left a lot of the gray the same, like the inner gray here and the behind the leg. Like the gray on the insides of the arms. Because I felt like it still fit the color scheme just fine to have the gray. Like this isn't one-to-one the Junkion design, so it's fine if there's a bit of deviation. I think it works just fine. But, you know, these you can also pull off. Let me get one off. So I painted purple. And they still plug into the arms just fine. But I prefer them just to be on the legs. Even though what I have to do to make sure it doesn't chip anything there is I make sure that the ankle is pointed forward. Because he has amazing ankle articulation. Go all the way back, and there's on this double hinge. You can go forward pretty far. It's nice. This is a nice figure in general. It might be like, I wouldn't doubt it if the regular version of this just ends up being my favorite, like, Legacy Evolution Wave 1 Deluxe. But we'll see. And of course, he still has his accessories. You can still plug him in with everything. You can give him the hook. You can give him the shield or the tire thing. The pipes, I just don't really, like, I feel like both modes, like, I don't really have a place that makes sense. It's like, I guess maybe the legs? I don't know, you can probably, like, plug them sort of like that in the legs. Maybe. I don't know. There we go. There he is. And just for some fun comparisons, here he is with Shatterglass Retard. You can kind of see the inspirations for his colors. And then here he is with the last time I did a Shatterglass Junkion custom, which was a long time ago. And I never did any more. He's just the only one. He's just hanging out. He's vibing. He's enjoying himself. I think. Hope so. But yeah, I think it's neat just having, like, even more body types for the Shatterglass Junkions. It's like the sort of race is, like, evolving. I think that's neat. I think it's just a fun thing to have. Which, while I did not do a Shatterglass Junkion combiner, I'm fine with that. Other people did, and they look great. But I'm okay just having my one. At least for now. Who knows? Maybe I'll eventually get rid of it since it is just one. And I'll have and I might have a whole horde of these guys, so, you know, it'll be fun. But yeah, like I said, I really like the concept of these figures. I was most anticipating this one, I think, out of all of them. Maybe Hotshot too, because I do really like Armada. Hopefully I'll be able to do some Armada content on here now that Legacy is giving me some material to work with. But yeah, I mean, whenever this figure comes out in general, go ahead and get it. In terms of painting it, like I said, it is fairly easy. If you do it this method, it is. Like, if I painted all the gray and everything, I don't know how well it would have gone. But, like, just doing it based on how I just did it now, it was mostly easy. There's just a few things you have to shave down. And, like, you just have to be careful when transforming the wastes to make sure that you rotate it before you flip the chest up so it doesn't chip the paint. But otherwise, you're good. You're solid. You know, it'll pretty fun mold to paint. Pretty fun mold just to mess with in general. And yeah. Anyways, that is pretty much all I have to say. So be sure to check out my channel for more video and custom reviews. And please don't forget to subscribe. You're also going to check out my Facebook and Tumblr pages. Links in the description below. And this is the 14th Prime signing out.